off, how to take a proper lead off. And second, we're going to work on watching the pitcher, analyzing the situation, and knowing whether or not it's okay to steal or it's okay to come back, or you need to go back to the base. And our third goal today is if you do have to get back, how are you going to get back to the base? Okay, so first off, let's warm up. This drill is going to involve running. So from where you guys are right now, I want you to just do a couple warm-up drills. We'll go down and back 2 times just to that white line. Go ahead. Just get your blood going a little bit, your feet moving. The other side just a little faster. Good job. Okay, so the first thing we're going to work on is taking the lead. Okay, so for right now, you guys are fine where you are. Ready? Okay. Can I have you guys face that wall, just in single file? Okay. So here's what we're going to do. This is how we take lead off. You're going to take about 3, it's about 3 feet or like 3 kind of big steps. Okay, depending on if you know the pitcher, if you know how effective you can be at stealing, you can either take a bigger or a smaller lead. Okay? So what you're going to do is, so pretend this black line is a base. You're going to take with your right foot, you're going to step out. I just want you guys to walk first. So you're going to step out. All right. Together, out, together, and out. So you're going to take 3 big steps with your right foot. So you're going to do 1, 2, and then on that third one, you should get set. So let's see you guys do that. 3 steps.
Same side as your throwing arm. Assuming you're on right-handed.
Perfect. And everyone's going to have different stride lengths. Obviously, Austin has a little bit longer legs than McKenna, so that's okay. Austin, do that again. Let's go back to the line.
Coming down across your body.
No, he's got long legs.
So
So what you're going to do again, we're going to take our 3 steps. Now when we get in there, at our last step, I want you to get down an athletic stance. I want you to keep your feet. It's common. A lot of people want to. Brian, can you see me okay? Okay. It's common to. It's common for people to have a really wide stance, and what that is going to do is going to alter your balance. You want to have about 50-50, I'd say, on either side, so you can either go right or left. So one thing when you do when you take your steps, in your final stance, try to keep your feet a little more like shoulder width. Okay, you don't want really wide. Stay low, but just don't get so wide. Okay, so let's try again. Our 3 steps. So lead off, and lead off. Perfect. Good. So from here, you want to get down low. Now, what you want to do is you want to get on the balls of your feet, more on the ball on your toes. Okay. You don't want to be like this. You don't want to be totally up, but you want to be able to move either to the right or to the left. Okay. So right. So that's what we're going to do next weekend. We're going to work on leaning. So I want everyone to lean to your right. So we're going to lean, and then lean back to the left. Lean. Really stay on your toes. You shouldn't be on your heels. Okay. Good. So now the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to split you up. So we're going to there's bases right over there. So let's see, Brian and Derek, you can head to that base, and Ken and Austin, you guys can be in this base. This kid and base. Okay. So girls, you're going to start first. So what you're going to do, how you're going to set up, is you're going to stand on the corner of the base, and you're going to take your lead up. You're going to do 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to get in your stance. Let's see you do that. Take your lead off. Good. Switch. Boys, your turn. Perfect. All right, let's get back in line. Now, the next thing, you guys are doing a good job with this, but I just want to reiterate the fact that you never want to cross your legs. Okay? So when you're taking your lead off, you never want to step and then cross over and step. Does anyone know why? Okay.
So you don't trip.
So you don't trip, that's a good reason. Here. That's right, you don't want to cross yourself up. So the pitcher, when there's a person on base, a lot of times the pitcher is going to be very aware of that base runner. So if you were to take your lead off and if you were to step, and if he saw you cross like this, he could throw it to first, and now you're stopped. So you guys did a good job. We're going to take one more lead off. Really be focusing on shuffle steps and staying on the balls of your feet. Okay, let's see it again. Take your lead off. Stay low, balls your feet. Good. Okay, let's rotate one more time. Derek and Austin, you guys can try it. Take your lead off. Good. Okay. Now what we're going to do, let's get back in line. McKenna? Okay. What I want you to do now is we're going to take your lead off and we're going to run to the other base. Let's just try it. I just want to see what you guys are. There you go. So let's take your lead off, and whenever you feel ready, go. All right, take your lead off, guys.
Going back a little bit.
Perfect. All right. Let's come back down here real quick. We're going to pretend this is first, then second. So the next thing I want to work on, you guys did a good job of taking a good lead off. The next thing we're going to work on is your first step. You want to be really explosive. So what you're going to do is you're going to get down low. Your first step is going to be on your right foot. You're going to turn it, and you really want to drive your left leg across. Okay, you don't want to do, this is called a drop step. If you step behind and then you start to go, you don't want to do a drop step. Why?
All right, so now.
Why do you think?
Drop step again.
Sure. So if you're stepping here,
Now we're moving back on.
you move backwards. That's right. You lose speed, you lose time, and you're actually you're going in the wrong direction. So we're going to do it again. We're going to do 2 more runs down here. Your first step is going to be turn your right foot out. You're going to turn almost in the direction you're going to go, turn, and you're going to want to push off. You're going to do a cross step with your left leg. Does that make sense? All right, let's try it. So what you guys do is to take your lead off.
So what you do is you come up to.
Get set. Now just, you're going to turn your right foot slightly and then bring your left. It's going to happen at the same time. So I'm going to say go, and I want you guys to hit it. Ready? Go. Good. That was really good. Let's try it again. So you guys take your lead off.
Rotate, kind of like a pivot.
Go.
Pivot, 3 foot.
Very nice. That was good. Let's come back and do it one more time. Be quick in baseball. All right. Again. Lead off. Set. Go. Perfect. That was a good first step, Ryan. Okay, guys, take your lead off. Go. Excellent job. Ken, I like the big lead off. I like how you're getting anxious there. Okay, so can I have you guys come back down here to the baseline? The next thing we're going to work on is identifying what the pitcher is going to be doing. So, a lot of times there's a right-handed pitcher. When he is going to be pitching, say this is the mound right here, he's going to have his back to first base. Okay? Now, what you need to do as a base runner, you need to be watching his back right foot and his front left foot. You need to figure out what he is going to do. Okay? So if he was to step forward, that means he's going to step in his windup and he's going to go home. So if he steps forward, that's your cue to go. Okay? If he was to step backwards, to step off the mound and turn, that's when you're going to have to head back. All right. Okay? So what we're going to do. Okay, come out here. So what I'm going to have McKenna do, McKenna's going to decide what she wants to do in her head. So she's going to stand, I'll have you stand over here in a second, and she's going to be ready. You're going to be looking at her feet. Okay, so if she's going to pick her front leg up, that means you're safe to steal. If she steps all over the line, that means you need to get back to here. McKenna, why don't you come over here? We'll have you stand right here. Okay, so she's going to, face it, just like that. So she's going to sit right here. This is the mound. Okay? So if she steps back over this line with her foot, that means you need to get back to the base. Okay? If she steps forward with her left foot, yeah, or if you see that heel come up, that means you can go. Okay? So we're going to try that. So you guys take your lead. Now watch your feet. Now, McKenna, you're going to be, as a pitcher, you're going to be looking like this. Either this way. You can check them, but for right now, I just want you to be working on your feet. Perfect. That was good. All right, Derek, you're up. Austin, can you try it again with Derek? So let them take your lead off first. So take your lead off. Get set. Perfect. We didn't even talk about going back. You guys nailed it. All right, Ryan, let's get down here. Let's try it again. All right, take your lead off. Awesome. That was perfect. That was good, McKenna. Can I have you guys back on this baseline? Good job being a pitcher. So, does that kind of put it in perspective a little bit, having a pitcher with this scenario? You guys have played before, so you know.
That was good with the pitcher.
Thank you. Those are some things you want to work on. Okay, so when you want to get on you want to be a 50-50, it's easier to go back to the base if you never want to lean in one direction because that's when a pitcher is going to catch you on that. What was easy about the drill? Do you think there was anything easy or hard?
Step up.
The lead off is probably the easiest, yeah. How was it using that first step when you're riding and exploding off that foot? To take a little bit. It feels natural, but what you want to do is a lot of times people's initial step is backwards because you want to turn and face that way. Another way you guys could cheat that to help yourself is when you get in your stance, you can open up this back foot, and then that way your hips are already started to turn in that direction a little bit instead of being completely square. Okay? Next week, we are going to work on getting back to the base. So we'll go in that same situation. We'll have maybe a different pitcher, and we're going to have them step by. We're going to actually work on diving back to the base and how to get back there safely, how to not get hit with the ball, and work on our stealing base skills. All right. So what was Derek? Tell me one thing you learned about the leadoff.
Take your third step. You don't take 3 steps, it's like 2 steps, and then your third one will stay.
Good. McKenna, tell me something about stance.
You want to be in an athletic stance.
Do you know why?
Because you're going to be quicker. You don't want to be standing straight up because then you're going to have to go down to run.
That's true. And Ryan, what is our first step?
Our first step, like half.
After you take your lead off, what's our first step after this when we're going to steal? Good. All right. And Austin, how fast do you think you can run a step?
2 seconds.
Yeah, for first step, how fast?
1 second. 1 second.
1 second? We'll find out next week. All right, thank you guys.